There are times when life feels different in a way that is hard to explain. It happens right before something big is about to change in your world. Everything starts to feel a little off, but not crazy or peaceful. It's like something important is moving underneath, and you can feel it, but do you figure out what it is? The people you talk to every day suddenly seem far away. Your daily habits that used to feel safe now feel pointless. Those big dreams you work toward with excitement, they don't matter as much anymore. This makes you uncomfortable. Your brain thinks moving forward means staying busy all the time, always doing something, always working on the next thing. But this weird, quiet feeling you're having is actually one of the biggest signs that your life is about to change completely. But before we dive in, if you into self-growth, mindset, and building real inner strength, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's grow together this ISN. You're getting stuck or not caring. What is happening is you're getting back in tune with yourself. Think about science and tiny particles. Before a particle moves to a new place, it goes through a time of not knowing what happens next. Scientists call this being in more than one place at the same time. The particle holds several possibilities at once, but none are real yet. This ISN, the particle taking a break. This is the most active and powerful time for that particle. Right now, everything that could happen is waiting. And you're in that exact same spot. You're standing between two versions of your life. The old you is fading away, and the new you is forming in a reality that already exists, just waiting for you to step into it. Your mind wants things to happen in order, step by step. It wants proof, clear results, and obvious progress. But the universe doesn't work that way. What you're feeling is your old way of living slowly coming apart. Picture your life like a spider web made of your beliefs, habits, and energy. For years, this web kept you at a certain level, stuck in one version of your story. But when the deepest part of you decides it's time to move forward, that web starts to break. The threads come loose. Old agreements you made with yourself about life start to run out. Since this happens at an energy level before you can see it in real life, the first thing you notice is everything getting still. You feel empty inside. Your old motivation disappears. This makes you think something is wrong. But this is actually the clearest sign that something amazing is about to happen. Spiritual teachers call this time the empty space. Wise people call it the rich darkness, where new things are created before they come into the light. In this empty space, your soul is rearranging itself to match the life you've been asking for. Your old ways of handling life might not work anymore because they belong to who you used to be. What you need to do now, ISN, to panic, but breathe deep and trust this stillness. The quiet time, ISN, to empty it all. It is packed with information from the universe that is reorganizing your reality in ways your mind can't understand yet. Science backs this up. Brain research shows your brain needs quiet time to rewire itself for new ways of thinking and acting. When you moving into a new way of being, your nervous system has to adjust. Your brain is updating how it predicts what happens next, and your body is learning to work at a different energy level. This adjustment is necessary because you can bring messy energy from your old life into the steady energy of your new life. You have to let go before you can receive what is coming. Think about the moment before an orchestra starts playing. The lights dim, the audience gets quiet, and musicians get ready. That silence, ISN, to wasted time. It's getting ready for something incredible. Or imagine pulling back a bow before shooting an arrow. That tension, ISN, to a delay. It is what sends you flying forward. Right now, the universe is pulling you back, not to hold you down, but to launch you toward a place you could never reach just by trying harder. Here is what you need to understand. Most people mess up this phase and ruin their chance to make the jump. They get scared of the stillness. They think the empty feeling means something is wrong and desperately try to fill it with old habits that make them feel worse. But the more you fight this quiet time, the longer you stay stuck between your old life and new one. People who successfully make the jump learn to relax into the quiet. They see it as proof things are working, not proof nothing is happening. If you can change how you think about this, if you can see this strange calm as the universe loading your next chapter, you'll start noticing small signs that everything around you is rearranging itself. Maybe you'll have a random conversation that gives you a new perspective. You might suddenly feel an emotion you've held back for a long time. You could get clear understanding about something that has confused you for months. These aren't coincidences. These are tiny adjustments in your energy, lining you up with your new reality. So if you reading this and feeling a little out of place, not sure where you reheaded, but certain you can go back to how things were, then congratulations. You in the exact energy space where change becomes unstoppable. Once you see this time for what it really is, you'll stop fighting it and start moving toward your next version of life with clear vision, complete trust, and the powerful pull of knowing it was meant to happen. One thing people get most wrong about making a quantum jump is thinking it always starts with a big burst of energy or obvious sign from the universe. Most of the time, it starts with things feeling off, but not in a dramatic way. Instead, it shows up as small, confusing moments where things that used to fit your life perfectly just don't feel right anymore. The people in your life who used to make you feel comfortable now make you feel trapped. The job that gave you meaning now feels empty and pointless. Even the voice in your head sounds strange, like it is coming from someone you used to be but aren't anymore. This happens when your energy levels don't match anymore. Your soul is speeding up and moving to a higher energy level, but parts of your everyday life are still stuck in the old way. Scientists call this losing harmony between systems. When two things that used to work together smoothly, your inner self and your outer world, are no longer moving at the same speed, the uncomfortable feeling becomes impossible to ignore. That uncomfortable feeling isn't a mistake. It is a clear message that your current life can support the energy of where you reheaded. Think about running the newest computer programs on an old, slow computer. The system starts running slowly, acting up, and eventually stops working. Not because something broke, but because you need to upgrade your equipment. That upgrade you need is your quantum jump to a new level of living. This is when many people start questioning everything about their lives. They wonder, why does it feel like everything is falling apart when I'm supposed to be getting better? The truth is you're not falling apart. You're simply falling out of sync with your old way of living. That feeling of things not fitting anymore is the exact force that is going to push you toward your new life. Picture yourself standing with one foot on each of two boats slowly drifting apart. Eventually, you'll have to choose one boat. The boat that matches your energy will feel like huge relief, even if choosing it means leaving behind what is familiar. This is where most people get stuck. Your mind doesn't like uncertainty, so it tries to hold on to the old way. Your thoughts tell you to fix what is breaking down, smooth over what is falling apart, and bring back what is fading away. But trying to restore the old way is actually taking a step backward. What feels like everything breaking down is you shedding heavy, dense energy. You letting go of old beliefs, habits, and ways of seeing yourself that can come with you to your new timeline. If you rush to put these old things back together, you slow down your jump. If you let them dissolve, you speed up the process. Science helps us understand this. When an electron in an atom jumps to a higher level, it has to absorb exactly the right amount of energy. Not more, not less. Once it reaches that exact point, it immediately moves to the new level. There is no halfway point. In the same way, your quantum jump happens the exact moment your energy matches the reality you moving toward. Not when you force it, not when you push hard, but when you let the old energy completely go so the new energy can click into place. This is why trying to do too much during this stage works against you. The desperate need to fix things, prove yourself, or push forward is a sign you trying to connect two completely different realities through pure effort. Effort is always slower than just being in the right energy. The universe doesn't care how hard you work. It cares about how clearly your energy is vibrating. One moment of being perfectly in tune with what you want will do more for your transformation than weeks of scattered activity. If you then notice lately that certain things are falling away from your life, friendships, job opportunities, even parts of your personality, try this approach. Instead of asking, how do I get them back? Ask, what is this creating space for? That simple change shifts your energy from fighting against change to being open to receiving what is coming. When you fight against the universe, it's like static on a radio that scrambles your signal. Being open is like having a clear, direct channel that calls in exactly what you want. Here, it's something that seems backward but is true. The more you try to rush through this stage, the longer it takes. Think of this time as a necessary pressure chamber between who you used to be and who you re-becoming. When deep-sea divers come up too quickly, they get the bends. Their body can to handle the rapid change in pressure. From a spiritual perspective, the same rule applies. If you try to leap into your new life without letting the energetic changes settle in, your system will pull you back to keep you stable and safe. This is why being patient, having trust, and staying present are two passive states. They are active parts of making the jump happen. So if right now your life feels like half of it has been erased, if you re-standing in the ruins of what no longer fits but can to yet see what is being built, you are exactly where you need to be. This ISN to a wrong turn. This is your launching pad. The uncomfortable feeling of things not matching up as energy winding up and getting ready to shoot you into the reality that already exists for you. Your only job is to stop holding onto the edge of the old boat and let the flow of the new one carry you forward. Here is what is really true. Your quantum jump ISN to waiting for perfect timing. It's waiting for the right version of you. The moment you stop trying to fix what is leaving your life and start tuning into what is coming your way, everything will snap into place around you. That is when the shift happens, suddenly, smoothly, and with a feeling that it was always meant to happen. Right before a quantum jump happens, you might notice your emotional world feels turned way up, as if someone cranked the volume on every feeling you have. One moment you are buzzing with excitement, absolutely certain something amazing is about to happen. The next moment, doubt creeps in, whispering that maybe you were just making it all up. This ISN to you being moody. This is exactly what emotions look like when a system is changing. Brain science tells us your brain works by making predictions, constantly running mental movies of what it thinks will happen based on what has happened before. Even though the deepest part of you is pulling you toward a new reality, your subconscious mind is still holding tight to the old plan, trying to run the outdated program because it feels safer. In quantum terms, this is called being in multiple states at the same time. It's the strange, amazing state where two or more possible realities exist at exactly the same moment. Right now, you re-existing in two different versions of your life at the same time. There's the old life you've been living, and there's the new life you re-walking into. Your emotions are like a light switch flickering back and forth between these two worlds. When you feel sudden rushes of hope quickly followed by waves of worry and doubt, this ISN, you going backward or messing up. It is actually a sign that your energy is bouncing between these two states while the universe figures out how to make everything line up properly. The stronger this back and forth feeling gets, the closer you are to the moment when everything clicks into place. That is when one version of your life becomes the only one that exists. This is why your emotions feel so incredibly intense right before you make this quantum jump. Everything seems to matter more because your inner guidance system is updating itself in real time. Every belief you held, every memory you stored, and every attachment you formed is being examined by your deeper awareness. Your consciousness is asking about each thing. Does this belong in my new reality? Or is this leftover stuff from my old way of living? This process involves a lot of emotions because emotions are your body's chemical messengers that tell you when change is happening. They alert your body that you are in unknown territory, and your body naturally tries to keep you safe by sticking with what is familiar, even when that familiar thing isn't right for you anymore. The big mistake most people make is thinking that feeling doubt means they failing somehow. They believe, if I was really close to making this big change, I wouldn't feel this scared. But that is like thinking when a plane hits turbulence, it means the plane ISN to actually flying. The truth is, turbulence means you moving through different layers of air that require the plane to make adjustments. Your emotions are making adjustments to handle an altitude you've never experienced before. The faster you learn to flow with these emotional currents instead of gripping tight and panicking, the smoother your journey becomes. Here is a powerful way to change how you think about this. Instead of labeling your emotions as good or bad, start seeing them as energy signatures. Joy, excitement, fear, uncertainty. They all different types of energy moving through your personal energy field. None of these emotions are actually wrong. They simply telling you where your attention is focused right now. If you react to them like roadblocks, you make that back and forth feeling stronger. If you observe them like information on a dashboard, you start to steady your signal toward the reality you want to create. From a spiritual point of view, these super intense emotions are like a graduation ceremony. The universe is basically asking you, can you keep your energy steady and focused even when everything around you is changing? This is important because the new version of your life will also bring new experiences, challenges, and situations you've never dealt with before. Your ability to stay centered now prepares you to succeed later. Emotional turbulence ISN, to test you can fail. It's like a training gym that builds up your ability to stay stable no matter what is happening around you. One practice that speeds up this process is conscious neutrality. When you feeling really excited and hopeful, hold on to that feeling like it's the only proof you're on the right track. When doubt and worry show up, to treat them like warning signs to turn around and go back. Instead, take deep breaths during both types of feelings, knowing they just temporary ups and downs within a much bigger journey. Picture yourself as the calm center of a storm. You still and centered, watching the weather change all around you, but you not getting swept away by any of it. This level of emotional control is the trademark of someone who is literally seconds away from collapsing into their chosen reality. So if lately your feelings have been scattered all over the place like a crazy roller coaster, understand this. You are not falling apart. You are in motion. The energy field around you is adjusting itself to hold you in the frequency of the timeline you want to live in. The more gracefully you ride these emotional waves, the faster this back and forth motion resolves into one single, solid reality. Soon you won't be flickering between two different worlds anymore. You will have landed completely in the one you've been calling toward yourself. Most people picture the last challenge before making a quantum leap like the universe is a strict teacher with a red pen, waiting to mark their test paper wrong. But the real truth is much more personal and empowering. This ISN, the universe deciding whether you read good enough. What is actually happening is your own subconscious mind is running its final checkup, bringing up the last pieces of your old identity so you can choose, with full awareness, to let them go. You might suddenly deal with the exact same types of challenges you thought you'd already grown past. Maybe it's a conversation that pushes all your buttons like an old relationship used to. Perhaps it is a money problem that triggers the same fear about not having enough. Or it could be self-doubt that sounds exactly like the voice you used to hear in your head. These moments aren't punishments or signs you doing something wrong. They mirrors reflecting back the energy frequency you used to live in so you can decide once and for all whether you still want to live there or not. From brain science perspective, your brain loves to be efficient and save energy. It will always reach for the most familiar pathways first, the responses, beliefs, and behaviors you've practiced for years. When you right on the edge of making a quantum jump, those old neural pathways are still firing, hoping you give them one more confirmation so they can stay exactly where they are. The only way to rewire these pathways ISN, through force, but through demonstration. You demonstrate the new version of yourself by acting like that new person, even when the old triggers and challenges are right there in front of you. Every time you choose the higher frequency response instead of the old automatic reaction, you make the old pathway weaker and the new pathway stronger. In quantum science terms, this is called collapsing the old probability wave. Until you make a new choice, both versions of you exist at the same time, the one who reacts from past patterns and the one who responds from alignment with your new self. The exact moment you act in a way that matches your chosen timeline, you collapse the reality of your old self, and the new version becomes the only active signal you rebroadcasting. This is why the challenges that show up right before a major shift feel so electrically charged and intense. They represent the final moment when you re-existing as both versions of yourself simultaneously, who you used to be and who you re-becoming. From a spiritual perspective, this stage is like a ceremonial crossing or graduation. It's the moment when you standing at the doorway holding the key to your new reality. And the only thing the doorway asks is to respond from the frequency you've been building. If you meet scarcity with abundance thinking, if you meet anger with compassion, if you meet doubt with steady presence, then you not just symbolically ready. You vibrationally locked into your new timeline. The energy field around you doesn't need to approve you or give you permission. It simply reflects back exactly who you are being in each moment. And in this moment, who you being is absolutely everything. A lot of people look at these old challenges coming back up and think it means they moving backward. They tell themselves, if I'm still dealing with this stuff, I must be doing something wrong. But what's really happening is completely different. The very fact that these situations are showing up means you've changed enough that they're getting pushed out of your energy field. You can clear out something you haven't grown beyond yet. The fact that you are now aware of these old patterns and that you even asking yourself how to respond differently is the strongest sign possible that you almost at the finish line. Think about it like a practice simulation that pilots use when they relearning to fly. Pilots train for rough weather and turbulence so that when it happens in a real airplane, they already know exactly how to keep the plane steady and safe. These final test moments before you make your quantum jump are like your practice runs. They give you the chance to actually be your new self under conditions that would have thrown you off balance before. Pass this test by responding from your upgraded energy level, and you not just imagining your new reality anymore. You actually living it right now, in this moment. So if right now you dealing with stress, setbacks, or people from your past suddenly showing up again, don't automatically think you're stuck in the same place. Instead, see it as the clearest possible sign that you are right up against the edge of making your leap. This is the moment to hold onto your alignment most strongly, to act as if the jump has already happened. Because in a very real quantum sense, it actually has. Remember, you're not here to force your life into the shape you want through struggle and effort. You're here to align with the reality that already holds everything you've ever wanted and needed. And then simply watch it unfold with a naturalness that feels almost effortless. That's the true beauty of living in harmony with the quantum field. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay coherent, stay present, and trust the quiet power of the leap you've already made. Comment your biggest sign that a quantum leap is coming. Let us see how many people are experiencing the same thing. If you found this video useful, please like it and subscribe to the channel. There are more videos on this channel that will help you become a better version of yourself.